for the sort of light-hearted. It's not something that people buy because you need to spend a long time with that. That's a fantastic whiskey, but a lot of people wouldn't necessarily appreciate the complexities of it. And I don't mean that in a condescending way, but it's the Gorovo. No, there's a lot going on there, and it's a working whiskey, put it like that. It's very, very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Very good, very good. Tony Shit was asking, are we on YouTube? I thought we were, but we weren't for some strange reason, but we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why would that have been, Johnson? Why would that have been? Is that the Ghost in the Machine? Ghost in the Machine,
Well,
Johnson?
it's because we don't manage to get on every week. There's a special discretion required triangle showing up here in my
Oh,
thing.
the
Yeah,
naughty nifty movies in Channel 4 back in the day.
exactly. It just means because I thought it was a LinkedIn that needed reconnected, but it must have been the YouTube. So anyway, I've hit the YouTube, and the numbers have increased because I thought the numbers were a bit low tonight. But most people do watch on YouTube.
We didn't tell people we were coming on, you know.
You popped up 5 minutes late. There we go. There we go. There you go.
No, we as I say, we just busy, you know. I was away all week. Jocelyn's been working all week, and
I couldn't help notice the Snakes in Ireland thing. Explain that to us. Give us the Snakes in Ireland thing. You have to do this.
Right. You know the way some people say stuff. Everybody does this, where you say stuff and your mouth runs just a couple of miles quicker than your brain.
Yeah.
Well, that happens fairly regularly to everybody. Let's be honest. Everybody says silly things. But today, this week, somebody said to me, "Do you want to see a picture of my back garden with a couple of snakes on it?" And I said, "Yeah, I like snakes. I used to keep snakes."
You did not.
I did snakes.
Good by me. It is snakes that give me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh no, I like snakes. I think snakes were class. And so I says, "Yeah, no problem." And this other woman, because I tell them the story about St. Patrick putting the snakes out of Ireland and how there's a little grain of truth in that, but not, you know, so on. And this woman says, "You better show him a picture of a snake because he lives in Ireland. They don't have snakes there, so he might not know what they look like." What? What? I said, "Do you have elephants in America?" And they went, "No." I said, "Well, do you know what one looks like?" No.
I know. I
mean, that's not your brain. That's not your mouth running. You know, at 45 and your brain running at 40. That's just thick. You know, I mean.
Yes, David Attenborough has never shown you his snake before.
No, no, he's not. And then another moment, I thought this was hilarious too. We were talking about family history and how the Irish government have spent millions, you know, collating all the information, making it easy, accessible, because you realise that, you know, the Irish diaspora.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing, and they've done a fantastic job and lots of things for that. And this woman comes up to me and she says, "I did my family tree." Okay, good. I says, "Are you connected to Ireland?" I says, "Well, no, not really. Not so much. I think I probably am, but I'm not sure." But she says, "I did find that I'm a direct descendant of the first prostitute that was ever in New York." Apparently, this woman came over. She was a sort of celebrated hooker. She was the first hooker in New York. She was sort of celebrating all this. She said, "I'm a direct descendant of the first prostitute in New York."
Okay.
She seemed over the moon by this, so I thought it was hilarious, you know.
Yeah, I know. So we've been asked the questions already tonight. Nathan said, any consideration being given to attend the Decadent Drinks and Thompson Brothers tasting in Darnall Castle in December? In November? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely.
Very, very, very highly unlikely, I would have thought. Thompson, funny, somebody mentioned Thompson Brothers to me during the week about something to do with Thompson Brothers. Can't remember what it was, to be honest. But it was. Oh, I'll tell you what it was. I was talking about independent bottlers, and I was saying, you know, lots of independent bottlers are really a way that it seems that sort of more and more people are looking at indie bottlers to get interesting stuff that you're not getting other places. Because it kind of has a stamp of authority, and it was where the fuck was I? Can't remember where it was, but I said I said, look, with Thompson Brothers up there, lots of stuff that they do comes across really well. They take it kind of funny and so on and so forth. But yeah, Thompson Brothers are doing amazing things. I need to speak to our Jim and the friend at hand to get more information on some of that kind of stuff. But but yeah, the Thompson Brothers doing some great stuff. But anything will be given to attending. I have 2 weeks away in holidays and a bit of work in November, so I'll not be going anywhere other than sayonara, sayonara.
Japan.
Fly to Japan with a young boy. Me and the sons are going to Japan for 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So I would die. I can't see me being there, buddy. Unfortunately, I'd like to go, but no. Aye.
Can't go to everything, unfortunately.
Well, put it like this: I've always wanted to go to Japan. Me and my son have always wanted to go to Japan, so booked it months ago, and yeah, so that's where I'll be in November.
Good.
Good.
So, shall we do something? Because we're 15 minutes into the show
Aye.
already, and we're both up at the crack of dawn tomorrow morning. So,
aye. See, the thing is, it's always funny because you're not just so bad because you're not as strict with you. I have a report time 45 minutes before the tour,
I know,
and it's a 40-minute drive. So if I start work at 9 o'clock, I have to be left here at 7:30.
I know.
But anyway,
Whereas I have to try and beat the Germans there because they would be there before the boat even got in if they could.
Very true. People have done all them stereotypes. They're
all true.
They're all true. I mean, it's just they are all true. You know, whenever you work with all the different peoples, you just learn that there's a reason that all these things are put out. You know. But anyway, Aberdeen versus an R10 for me tonight. That worm tub. I'm having it first, but then I want to talk later on about some of the cracking bottles I've picked up over the last little while. I mean, really, really nice stuff. Anyway, we'll do a wee bit of news. What's been going on? And we haven't been on for a day or two, so some of this is a bit old news as such. But there's all the bad news floating about. You know, nobody knows what's going on.
I know some of it's atrocious.
Some of the rumours that are flying about, which again, there's rumours floating about, and you kind of know that some of them are true, and other bits you're like, you're not going to say any of that. Yeah, you don't know that for certain, sure, but you know they're anyway. We'll talk about some good news because Ecklandville have secured an expansion. They've been planning an application to build another distillery, a secondary distillery, a new visitor centre they're taking over the old, or they want to remodel the old garden house. Do you know, it's over where it's a bit of a strange story because when Shane bought that house, he was going to cut down some stuff, and then he was told that the garden's actually protected. But it was all overgrown. You know, it was all nobody looked at it for decades. But he was told, no, it's a protected garden. So he had to then spend money to try and sort of turn it up to make it look like anything. And I think the garden house is where they're going to change as much as they can to put in a whole new sort of visitor.
Well, if Titanic can do it, he can do it.
Well, that's it. So they put in this application. They've had it passed. As I say, building the second still house, and remember they bought the old Ards malting, so they're going to do the maltings. So yeah, things are looking good for them. It was nice because this month it's their 12th birthday. They have their first cask was distilled August 2013. I have a picture of the first cask there. Don't we? Yeah. So 5th of August, 5th of August. I couldn't remember the date off the top of my head. So the 5th of August. I think everybody really has a lot of time, a lot of respect for Ecklenville. They've been doing amazing things with Dunville's stuck to their guns with it. The 1808, I'm a bit confused with it because there seems to be, they're like the trebles. Everybody seems to have a bottle of 1808. There's about 40 different bottles of it out. But yeah, I mean, good on them. They're supplying customers, and if they're doing it, I mean, love Jarlath. I mean, one of the really, really nice guys. Shane, have a lot of time for Shane. Anytime I meet him, it takes me about 2 hours to get away from him. And I don't mean that in a bad way, just sitting chatting. But yeah, as I say, lovely, real, lovely people, lovely distillery. Kind of the first guys up here to jump onto the whiskey boom, and they've been doing lots of really cool stuff. And whenever they brought out the beginning, the beautiful 2 bottles with a big wooden box,
It's
they've done it
really,
right.
really a bit of an enclave down there with Hinch and Copeland and Ecklenville, isn't there?
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, you've got County Down is a real sort of nice hotbed of whiskey. I mean, you know, you've got Shortcross, Pinch, um, Morndew down there. You've got
Cologne.
Killowen, Ecklenville, Copeland. You know, all of them doing nice things, and all of them seemingly seem to be doing reasonably well. So yeah, I mean, Titanic, I suppose you could count as being a County Down whiskey as well,
Mm-hmm.
just over the river. But yeah, as I say, so good on them. So nice to see a bit of good news. Also, I've just saw this as well. Pierce Lions have their 8th anniversary this year, this month. 8 years since they started distilling. Um, I sent, I get people all the time, I had guests this week who said, "Oh, we want to go and see um, Jameson. We want to go to Jameson." And I said, "Yeah, pop your head into Bow Street. It's great, but if you're going there, go up the road a little bit and go to Pierce Lions because it's beautiful. The distillery's stunning. I mean, they don't make a huge amount of stuff, but the church all laid out the stained glass windows, that beautiful blue spire at the top at night just looks. I mean, it's another piece of iconic sort of building in Dublin. So yeah, so Pierce Lions, 8-year old this month as well. So that's a nice thing too.
Lovely,
Hmm.
lovely. So it's not all doom and gloom then, really.
No, well, not all doom and gloom at the minute. Not all doom and gloom. Next one is I don't know how you pronounce it now because they keep changing it. It was Kirker and Greer. Then they changed it to just Kirker, and then if you read the sort of blurb about it, it's Kirker Greer. So they've sort of decided Kirker's the one to go. I don't know why they changed it from Kirker and Greer. Um, that's what the company was called back in the day, and I know that these guys have, there's no real connection to Kirker and Greer, but they've registered it, and so I don't really know how they've ended up with just being Kirker. But
Beam me up, Scotty.
right, Kirker and Greer were, in some regards, big time players in Irish whiskey. I mean, huge players in Irish whiskey 100 years ago, 120 years ago. If you go to Academy Street in Belfast, the big red brick building, I think it was a school at one point. I think it's still some sort of college out there where the Austrian Renaissance was. That's the old Kirker and Greer building. I mean, Archibald Kirker had his hands in pretty much everything, and they were the Avonale distillery and all was that was them. So yeah, so the guys over at Drinksology basically done what a lot of other people that's buy in a bit of heritage. They just registered the name and decided that they would go with Kirker and Greer, but now they've decided not to go with Kirker and Greer. It's seemingly just Kirker, but anyway, that's a different thing. They brought out 4 new whiskies. Now they've always said they're not going to have their own distillery. They're always going to buy in spirit, but they're going to buy it in, bond it, blend it up whatever way they want. And they brought out these seasonal whiskies, is what they've done, which I kind of like the idea of it. So they've blended whiskies that's from all 4 provinces of Ireland, and it's 4 seasons. So winter is going to be smoky and chocolate and so on. Summer is going to be salty air, saltiness to it. Spring, estery, so it's going to be pear and elderflower, cherry blossom. And autumn, stewed apple tart and buttery pastry. So I think that's
Thought
nailed
about it.
on.
They've thought about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's nailed on. You'll hear me saying all the time that Redbreast 12 is a kind of autumnal whiskey. It's got that lovely sort of red, rich fruits that kind of lends itself to that time of year. So yeah, um, there's Connor. I was lucky enough to try a Kirk and
Oh.
Greer bottled in 1905 a few months back. I have a bottle tucked away of Kirk and Greer from back in the day. I've never opened it because, yeah, don't it's not the kind of thing I would open. But I have a bottle kicking about here somewhere. But yeah, this stuff is 46% ABV, £60 a bottle, natural colour, non-chill filtered. I think the bottles look pretty sharp. I have to say their branding has always kind of been on point. Kirk Greer Shamrock, which I'm not a big fan of the whiskey to be honest, but the bottle looks fantastic. One thing I would say is it looks a little bit like the Bowan bottles, if you know the ones I mean. Um, they look a bit like the branding's a little bit similar to the Bowan bottles, but I think they look pretty good. I think that looks pretty sharp. I wouldn't mind trying those at 60 quid a bottle. That'd be fairly decent.
Yeah. That's pretty competitive pricing too. It's not the cheaper end. It's not
Well,
the dear end either. It's a no brainer. That really, isn't it?
well, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a no-brainer. It, but I mean, it's 60 quid. Is it an impulse buy for somebody? Probably not so much. But yeah, I think I don't think it's too far away. I don't think it's too far away. I'll show you the Bowan stuff that I think it looks very similar to. Hang on. Shade. No, I thought I had one of those. It's not that similar. Do you know what I mean? There's other
Texture on that Boan one, isn't there?
Well, there's other Bowan bottles that it looks very similar to, but I'm not disparaging it. But do you know what I mean? You could get confused by them on the shelf. I think a little bit. But anyway,
So from trying to create a very, very sophisticated bottle to probably the least sophisticated thing you can in your life. I mean,
yeah.
Capri Sun are actually moving away from this, but somebody's moving towards it.
Yes, Fox's Bow have decided that they will bring out a pouch of whiskey. Now, we have the Dram in a Can, which
Does
has
work.
has been massively successful. So now Fox's Bow are trying ouch in a pouch or whatever it's going to be. It's so they say if you go to Irish Malts, it says on it Fox's Bow pouch, the hip flask reimagined, designed for all the places whiskey belongs, but glasses don't.
Oh, it's to sneak into concerts.
You see,
Is that what they're saying?
that's the implication that I took from that. Should you decide that you want to go into a concert and you want to uh, get patted down and nobody will know what it is. Yeah, you could tear away. Yeah, I know I know Dram in a Can. I've got away with it a bit because people don't think whiskey comes in tins. But yeah,
I
so
tell you what, it's cheap.
I was 100 ml for 6 quid. I don't think it's 100 ml.
Oh, it looks bigger than it is, does it? Yeah.
There's 100 milliliters for £6. You can't really go far wrong with that.
Mm.
Um, whenever you think that, if you're in Scotland, the standard measure is 25 mil. So you're getting four Scottish measures for £6.
Mhm.
Um, Again,
Talking of that,
I,
I got one Scottish measure for £2.80, which I thought was pretty good.
well, it all depends where you are and what you're
Mhm.
drinking. Don't be drinking Buckfast in Scotland anymore. It's dear as fucking poison now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Hmm
It's going trendy, has it?
No, the minimum alcohol price is shoved it up.
Oh,
It's
right.
about the same price as a bottle of Chateau Lafite. But yeah, as I say, Fox's Bow brought out these pouches. I maybe buy myself half a dozen of them just for the sake of having them. Just something a bit fun and funky, and good on them. I wouldn't trust the pouch. I don't know. I think it's a pretty good idea. I kind of like it. It looks like something a kid would drink. you know,
Aye, kids will drink it by mistake. I mean, blooders, what do you say? I told you cap a thumb, mum.
I thought it was on the camera, son. Sticking it in the weir's lunchbox and all and whatnot.
Teacher will be having it with cornflakes, you
But
know.
no, as I say, this is Fox's Bowl release number 1 whiskey. Aged in bourbon barrels, finished in Oloroso sherry and rye whiskey casks. So there we go.
Hmm.
But £6 for 100 ml. You can't really go too far wrong with that, I don't think.
I know.
But
Here, I'll put the link up. People are bound to want to try this. Put the link. There you go. There's the link for you if you want to try it.
so if you want to go on and order those. Next up, Clonakilty. Now, Clonakilty. Some Clonakilty are plugging away and doing some fucking nice stuff. I've had a couple of these last night. I got this yesterday, and I had a couple of these last night and a couple this evening. And this is Clonakilty's special bottling for Dick Max down in Dingle. 54%, only 265 bottles. And it's Imperial Stout and Madeira. And it's fucking tasty stuff. But I think most of the stuff out of Clonakilty that I've tasted, I bought this a fair while ago. I forgot, I actually kind of forgot I had it. It's very drinkable stuff. Single pot still, whiskey in a blend is produced with barley grown on our family farm, then distilled and matured at Clonakilty, where it is blended with an Irish grain whiskey before bottling. So it's a blend, but the they don't do the grain bit. They don't have a grain still, which is fine. Um, Again, that was fairly reasonably priced. And I have another bottle of stuff here. This is the one that they did for Whiskey Live. I haven't opened it yet, but I mean, the colour of it's superb. And that is 51% alcohol. Again, Madeira cask. So, yeah, they've been doing some nice stuff. But this, they've come up with that they have just had a B Corporation certified, which is all the sustainability, their ethical supply chain. We've mapped our carbon footprint from energy to supplier impact and have a clear plan, blah, blah, blah. And I know these days, I think a lot of people are sort of a little bit fed up of having all this stuff shoved down their throat. But when companies set out to do this and they're getting certification that, look, we're getting a really good product out there, nice price, well presented, and we're trying to do these other things as well. You have to take your hat off to them. You really do. There's a lot of people struggling at the minute. We know that. Even some of the big players are taking hits. And the fact that they're putting time and money and energy into doing this kind of thing, and they sponsor the Dolphin and Whale Conservation Trust, that's always all right with me. But yeah, as I say, quietly plugging away, doing some really, really nice stuff. And I have to say, Yeah, pretty much ever. I don't remember ever tasting the Clonakilty whiskey and going, that's not that's below average. That's, I've always thought to myself, yeah, everything they do seems to pretty high standard. Really good. So yeah, nice stuff. Nice stuff.
Lovely, 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 lovely.
The Malgo the whiskey Live Madeira is an incredible whiskey. Might be a small bit biased. It sold out on the day. Yeah, it sold out on the day. I was lucky enough that I was able to partake of a bottle of it. I didn't go to Whiskey Live. I don't tend to go to lots of that stuff, but yeah, it's opened this one first, and I have to say, bloody good stuff. That is really, really drinkable stuff. And also, ever tasted it from Clonakilty, good on them, and nice on them, good on them for doing the B Corporation stuff as well. Now, duplicitous behaviour, Justin. This.
Hold on. You're guilty of doing it yourself to save money.
Oh no, I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind trying to save money. But here's the thing. If you go on to the Whiskey Barrel shop online, right, which I saw that there was a bottle. Pull that up full screen, Justin, because I still think this is a bargain, but it's even more of a bargain in a wee minute.
Okay, yeah.
Invergordon, 50-year-old grain whiskey, 1974, year I was born, same age as me. And you'll notice it's only, I know it's grain whiskey and people go, oh, it's so much cheaper, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. It's 50 years old, £278.60. That's not a bad price. That's for a very reasonable price for a 50-year-old whiskey, albeit grain. But Justin, you see if you go up into the wee corner there.
Hold on, we've tried fragrant drops.
Oh, wait, but no, you haven't tried that one.
Right, okay.
Surprisingly enough, Justin, they don't have a single bottle.
Right.
They don't have one bottle in existence. We
Right.
have tried different stuff. But if you go up to the corner there, Justin, where there's a little pound sign. Okay. See,
Is there?
no, up to the top corner, it's exactly the opposite
Oh,
way you're going.
Yep.
Right. If you go to the top corner and hit euro, see how much it is in euro. €273.
Hold on, things are supposed to go up in price because the euro's not as powerful as the pound.
Now, I thought to myself, hang on, there's something not quite right here. But no.
€274 in pounds.
€274 and £275.
It's 237 quid. It's a good bit cheaper.
Yeah.
That would actually pay Anthony's postage of the pouches to Wales.
No, but I mean, it's kind of like
who thought that one up?
But I mean, that's just should be a straight conversion. So what we need to do is we need to get that sent to somebody in the Republic, and then get it picked up. Now I probably know what avenue we're going to do that by, but if you can get a bottle of 50-year-old whiskey, albeit it's grain, and I know people always go, oh, grain whiskey is so much cheaper, and not it's grain whiskey when they're managed right, it's as good as any whiskey. But a 50-year-old whiskey, but still the same year, you pick it up for €274. We'll have one of those, I think. We'll definitely be getting one of them. But yeah, I thought to myself, there has to be some mistake there, but no, apparently it doesn't appear to be. No,
that's what they call an airfare.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to open the Whiskey Live whiskey that we had here. Mal says it's exceptional. But yeah, I thought to myself, that can't be right. But no, it was. Pop. Oh, Justin, I know what else happened to me. Whenever I come home earlier on, I opened up and I had lots and lots and lots of little miniatures that a good friend of ours sent. Declan sent, just see him popping in there.
Very nice, very nice.
Declan sent up lots of lovely little miniatures because he was over in Islay and he sent them up. You know what else he sent, Justin?
Did he go on the boat? Did he?
I'm not 100% sure. I think he flew. He sent up Lefroy whiskey fudge, Justin. Whiskey fudge. And he sent up a couple of bits. One for you and one for me.
Are you going to eat both of them in front of me?
Well, put it like this, I've already ate mine. There's only one bit left. There's only one bit left now. Look, Justin. Absolutely delicious.
It looks it. This looks it.
It's all smoke. It's all smoky.
Alexa's just talking to me. It thinks I'm talking for ordering food from Amazon.
Look, Justin. I can't speak because my mouth is watering so much. Look, Justin.
Oh boy. Anyway, I got the free fudge in the HMS. I was going to say Caroline and Britannia. You know.
No. If I hadn't ate it, it would run out of date. It probably would run out of date.
All right, fudge doesn't go off. That's why they invented it.
No. Anyway, but no. So
thanks, Declan. Thanks.
The thought was there. The thought was definitely there. But next thing is this popped up a couple of weeks ago to me. Black Alpha Irish Whiskey are releasing a bottle to commemorate Paddy Blair Main. It's 22-year-old Irish whiskey, so I'm going to just hazard a guess that it's a Bushmills derivative of some description. 50% ABV, and it's to raise money for War Years Remembered, which if you've never been down to War Years Remembered, it was in Ballyclare, and then they had a fallout with the guy that we're renting the space from, so it's now down to Newton Ards. It's a museum of military memorabilia. The stuff that Derek has is fucking unbelievable. I mean, I took my Julie around, and I was able to hold the flag that the US troops carried on Utah Beach on D-Day. He is it, and he tells you the provenance of it, so I mean it's legit. He has all the Blair Main stuff. He has lots of interesting, quirky weapons that were used, like glass landmines and stuff. Incredible amount of stuff. Incredible. And the Blair Main stuff, at some point, we'll make a proper Hollywood movie of Blair Main. Because if you don't know about him, you really should. Because although people don't realise that the liberation of Europe didn't happen on D-Day, it happened when the SAS landed in Sicily. So 35 men led by Blair Main started the invasion of Italy, or the invasion of Europe. And the whole story, everything about that guy's just insane. But yeah.
Rogue Heroes, if you want to watch it, it's a bit, well, it mightn't be correct, but it's very dramatic.
Well, put it like this, there's a few books. Martin Dillon wrote a fantastic biography of Blair Main. Again, there's lots of people pick holes in all these biographies, but I mean, it's just...
Well, the whole I picked is, the guy was a Belfast solicitor, right?
Yeah.
And he was a young buck when Belfast was the pinnacle of Irish whiskey, right? Mm-hmm. And they portray him as not knowing one whiskey from the other. Like, yeah, come on, I play act a wee bit, but I can tell, Well,
all the will say is, if it's life when you read about Blair Main and what he actually did. It's one of those things that you'd have to tone down what he did for the films because people wouldn't actually believe that. No, that was just stupid. But no, it's actually all true. The War Years Remembered thing is well worth popping down and having a look around the museum, the amount of stuff that he's collected is absolutely insane, and stuff of real note. Now, that bottling is £345 a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
10% of that, every bottle that's sold, goes to Warriors Remembered. So yeah, as I say, it's a nice thing. 22-year-old. Second of all, I'm going to hazard a guess it's Bushmills, I would think. But yeah, as I say, well worth having a look at, picking up possibly, if you are that way inclined. And then, last but not least, I know Macallan, but they've done a wonderful thing. They've amalgamated tea and whiskey into one. So tea-inspired whiskies. I love tea. Seeing tea when it's done right. It's
Why
just
have the Japanese not done this already?
the Japanese have done a version of this, but it's Macallan that have done this. So they've done Lapsang tea. They have another one as well, part of the Harmony collections. So they did one with chocolate, coffee, Harmony with Nature, and now they've done tea. So inspired by Phoenix Honey Orchid Tea. I wish they'd just do one with good, strong as an oaks, black Assam tea, no milk, no sugar. That's awesome stuff. You know. Mm,
Lapsang that is smoky, isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, it's
it
smoky.
is. It tastes like.
I'm not a fan of it. I have some of it down here.
I'm not a huge fan of Lapsang Souchong myself, but I am a huge fan of tea. Tea, when it's made right, is just pretty much perfect. But I have a whiskey and tea fused is going to be good. Going to be good. Last but not least, I've been buying some stuff, and that's not really new stuff. This is just me chittering away. I've been buying some stuff, and I bought a fantastic bottle of Summer Lead. Now, get rid of that screen. Get rid of that screen. I'll pull this up.
All right.
I just pull this up.
All right. So there we go. Yep.
Yeah. Because Sam, right, pull this up. Sam is the guy who has the over in Hearth, the whiskey tasting room upstairs there. And Sam knows his stuff. Sam's a clever guy. And this is his first of the new summer-led club that he wants to do. And in it, when you buy it, you get this little thing here. And I have to say the artwork, I mean, this isn't really doing it justice. The artwork's really, really cool. Really cool. Bottling, fairly plain and simple with the artwork on it. It's 8 years old. Now it's a GND bottling, but he's done the tastings himself. He's went round and got the casks, and I have to say that's a really nice bottle of whiskey. Really nice bottle, and he's got it where he's wanting to get a club up and running with people. If you buy a bottle, you automatically can become a member of the club. There's not really a fee to become a member of the club, and he wants to do stuff going forward where really, really excellent whiskies. If you're in the club, you'll get invited to do stuff and that kind of thing, where you have come and be part of a flavor, a tasting panel. Sorry, possibly some sort of experiences that you might have access to be able to do, and that kind of stuff. And he's got ambitions of what he wants to do. That's a fabulous whiskey. Just as that's top quality, really, really nice cask to try. So yeah, you can have a look at that. You can Justin will put up the link and go over and see if you pick up a bottle of that.
Absolutely.
I've been buying some really, really nice whiskies. Stuff that's got a lot of flavour going on. The Titanic Bitters cask one's a very strange one, but kind of weird. I wouldn't say there's no real subtlety to it. It's like just put you in the nuts and say, right, this is what we are. but it's kind of interesting. A couple of the hinge ones here. I bought that worm tub, Summerled, the Clonakilties, Goravuke, and there's lots of really nice whiskies popping about. They are expensive. They're not expensive. They are expensive and they're not expensive. They're sort of above entry level, most of these things, price wise, but they're not prohibitively expensive. They're not maybe your impulse buys, but they're not prohibitively expensive. And yeah, there's lots of nice whiskies floating about and lurking about. And I have to say, those Clonakilties are really, really, really nice. That one there is lovely. So is the Madeira one. It's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be, which is quite nice. So like it's quite woody and nutty. But yeah, that's lovely. But yeah, so I haven't been buying that much. But what I have seemed to be picking up is really, really nice. Really nice. So yeah.
Do you reckon the market is going to be flooded with a lot of this stuff that people have kept in the back burner of whiskey places that are maybe failing or faltering? There's going to be a lot of good stuff out there, or are people going to sit in that, Marty?
No, I think people will be buying up. I mean, the likes of Waterford. I see this Waterford sale has been suspended. I saw that in the news the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what's going to happen exactly there? But the spirit will bounce about round. It'll go in there. I mean, would I be surprised if I don't know, the likes of I'm only sort of throwing that out there. The likes of another, how would you put it, middle producing distillery bought up loads of it and put it out as single malt. I mean, there's no need for G&D or West Cork or any of them guys to be buying any of that. They don't need it. But some of the ones that are doing reasonably well,
I think they can shift it. We'll move it. Yep.
Yeah. Why would they not? There's loads of reasonably good quality whiskey sitting there that they can do their stuff with it.
Yep.
How much is Sam's? I think Sam's was it £80 or £100 a bottle? I can't remember. But you can bounce on there and see. I mean, honestly, it's got loads of complexity to it. Again, but subtly done. Nice bottle of whiskey. Really nice bottle of whiskey. Did the show tonight, boys. 2 stacks pillars, 2025 in the glass. Cracking blend. Excellent. Again, those guys doing really well. They've got a really nice business model, selling lots of stuff. So good on them.
Excellent stuff.
Anyway, right, you're up early in the morning.
Right.
As am I. Work, Justin.
Okay.
Good job you're not doing manual labour.
I know.
You'd be screwed.
I know.
I'm okay. I have a wee bit of energy. I make sense that you're tough. You're fudge as well.
You bastard.
Now, I'm going to go and I'm going to have a drink. Declan, one of the I've finished this. I have a little measure of something that Declan sent me, and thank you very much, buddy, for sending that. I was really touched when I come in today. And I'll get you sorted out with some stuff myself. But yeah, hope everybody's keeping okay. Sorry we're not on every week. Just at the minute, it's just bedlam.
Yep. Maybe another 4 or 5 weeks before we're back on again. At the moment.
Where am I next week?
London.
Yeah, I think I'm in London next week.
Okay.
I think next Saturday night. I think I am. Yeah, I think I am. But
I think I might be in Dublin.
Oh, God love you. Anyway, right.
Nay.
Adios, guys.
Nay. Remember to comment, like, and share. There's Clive Armstrong has tagged his mate Joe Malloy. There you go. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. I hope I've mentioned everybody by name. Linda as well. All right, night, night, night. Thumbs up. Right, very good,
Bye, bye,
very
bye,
good.
bye.